What if I told you Arsenal's second choice team could actually finish in the Premier League's top 4? Sounds crazy, right? But when you look at the depth Mikel Arteta now has available, it becomes a much more interesting question. We're not talking about Arsenal's strongest starting 11. We're talking about the players who could find themselves outside Arteta's preferred lineup, yet still be good enough to compete with some of the best teams in England. So let's build Arsenal's second 11 and see just how far this team could really go. Let's start in goal. Kepa Arrizabalaga. We're already starting with a goalkeeper who has Premier League experience and has played at the highest level. If Kepa is Arsenal's second choice goalkeeper, that's a pretty comfortable position to be in. Now let's move to the defence. At right back, I'm going with Ben White. White has been one of Arsenal's most reliable defenders for years, and the fact that he can potentially find himself outside the first choice 11 tells you how much competition there is for places. At centre-back, we have Christian Mosquera. He's young, athletic, and already has experience playing at a high level. Alongside him is Piero Hincapié. And this is where Arsenal's depth becomes really interesting. Hincapié isn't just a centre-back. His ability to operate in different defensive positions gives Arteta another option whenever injuries or tactical changes come into play. And at left-back, I'm putting Myles Lewis-Skelly. This one might surprise some people, but Lewis-Skelly has already shown that he's capable of playing at this level, and his versatility makes him incredibly valuable. Now look at that defence. Kepa in goal. White, Mosquera, Hincapié and Lewis-Skelly across the back. That's not a defence you'd normally associate with a team's second 11. Now let's move into midfield. And this is where things get crazy. First, Martin Zubimendi. Arsenal didn't bring him in to sit quietly on the bench. He's a player with elite experience and the ability to control the tempo of a game. Then we have Mikel Merino. And then there's Eberechi. Physical, intelligent, excellent in the air, and capable of contributing in both boxes. Carry the ball, beat defenders, and make things happen in the final third. And this is probably the point where you start asking, how many Premier League teams would actually have a better midfield than this? Now let's get to the attack. On the right, Noni Madueke. He's direct, quick and capable of creating problems for defenders one-on-one. On the left, Gabriel Martinelli, a Brazilian international with Premier League experience, pace and the ability to stretch a defence. And leading the line, Kai Havertz. And again, this is where Arsenal's squad depth becomes ridiculous. Havertz has played major games for Arsenal, has Champions League experience and knows how to operate in different attacking roles. So, let's put the whole team together. Kepa in goal, Ben White at right back, Mosquera and Hincapié at centre back, Lewis-Skelly at left back, Zubimendi and Merino in midfield, easy ahead of them, Madueke on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Havertz through the middle. Now here's the big question. Could this team actually finish in the Premier League's top 4? Personally, I wouldn't say they would comfortably do it, because playing 38 Premier League matches is completely different from looking good on paper. But here's what I will say. I don't think this team would look out of place competing for European football. Against teams fighting for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, Arsenal's second 11 would have enough quality to cause serious problems. And that's what makes Arsenal's squad so dangerous. It's not just about having 11 excellent players. It's about what happens when injuries arrive. What happens when players need rest? What happens when Arsenal are playing the Premier League, Champions League and domestic cups at the same time? Arteta now has options, and competition for places can make the entire squad better. So, could Arsenal's second 11 finish in the top 4? I'm not completely convinced, but could they compete for it? Absolutely. And if Arsenal's strongest 11 stays healthy while this kind of depth waits on the bench, the rest of the Premier League could have a serious problem. But I want to know what you think. Would this Arsenal second 11 finish in the top 4, or am I giving them too much credit? Let me know your prediction in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe for more Arsenal and Premier League analysis. And don't forget to drop your opinion in the comments. See you in the next one.